Hey everybody, welcome to the channel. Today we're trying to answer the question, what do I need to start a pressure washing business or side hustle? Take a minute, hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel. It's going to be full of DIY and entrepreneurship videos in the future. Let's get into it. Alright, the first thing I would recommend for starting your business is getting online, doing a little research on the techniques used, the chemicals used in this industry. Also, what type of insurances you may need, or if your city or state requires licenses or anything like that. That would be the first part of starting any type of business, but especially pressure washing where you're using chemicals. You don't want to show up, use the wrong technique on the wrong surface and mess up somebody's cement or their vinyl siding. You can actually etch the sealer or etch the cement. Vinyl siding, you can take oxidation off and make it look really terrible, something like this. You want to be educated on what you're doing so that when you go to give an estimate or when you're doing a job, people can tell that you know what you're talking about. You're not just some guy that grabbed a pressure washer and said anybody can do it and started spraying some water. So once you've done some research and done some learning on your own, Google, YouTube, Facebook groups, anything like that, you can learn a lot of information. There's a lot of guys in this industry that are willing to help you out, and it's pretty easy to find the techniques and everything used. You just don't want to show up uneducated, uninformed, and mess up somebody's property. But let's get into this. This is what you'll need, I would say, the bare necessities for starting this as either a full-time business or a side hustle. Mainly, I would say this setup would be for somebody starting out, just doing a job or two a week maybe, in addition to their full-time job. Obviously, the main thing you need is a pressure washer. One thing to remember when you go looking at pressure washers, your gallon per minute is really more important than your PSI of pressure. The absolute minimum I would recommend for trying to do this would be 2.3 gallons per minute. If you can afford to get a 3.5 or 4 gallon per minute machine to start off with, go ahead and do so. It'll make things more efficient and actually make it easier on you. Anything over 4 gallons per minute, you would need a buffer tank, which would be a water tank on your rig. Most household spigots are not going to give you any more than 4 gallons per minute, and therefore it's going to make your machine not work properly. So when you buy your pressure washer, I'd say get the best thing that you can afford. You definitely want gas powered. 2.3 at a minimum. 2.5 is a good starter unit, but if you can get to 3.5 or the 4 gallon, go ahead for it. With the pressure washer, you're going to need a water hose. I would go ahead and grab one or two really good ones to start off with. Don't start with something cheap that's going to kink up every 2 seconds or last a week or two of working. Want to get you a couple of nice ones. Go on and get 2 of them. I've got one shown here, but get 2. That way if something does happen to one on the job, you have a standby. With your pressure washer, when you purchase it, you will get a high pressure hose. Mostly, I think they're usually anywhere from 15 to 25 feet depending on what you get. You can use that to start off with. Just know that you're going to be wheeling your pressure washer around. The more pressure hose you have, the further you can reach. Same with your water hose. You want a water hose long enough that you can hook it to the spigot of the house and be able to move your pressure washer around and reach all sides of the house. Next thing will be your pressure washing wand or gun that will most likely come with your machine. You can upgrade. There are some out there. Whatever you do, if you get one with your machine, I would recommend that you keep it. Don't just chunk it. You never know when something might happen on a job, and one gets stolen or broken or whatever. You can grab this and finish up. It never hurts to have 2 or 3 of something on your rig with you. The one upgrade I made was these quick neck fittings that I got off of Amazon. That just means instead of setting up and screwing the hose in every time, they just click right together. One thing I would recommend on your wand or gun is to make sure you get one that has the quick connect on it or can be adapted to it. That way when you need different tips, which mine came with the pressure washer, it's real simple just to switch it in and out. So a lot of the cheaper pressure washers will come with just like a adjustable turbo nozzle on the end, which I mean you could get by with, but having a quick connect system makes it a whole lot easier to upgrade and use different things. Go on and get you a surface cleaner. This is a 15-inch made by Simpson. It is a steel body. It comes with the quick connect already on it, so it can click right into the end of the wand and you're ready to go. I've actually got another video on my channel where I unbox this and use it for the first time. This one is less than $100. Simpson is a good brand, which is why I got it. It's also a metal body. There are some out there that are plastic, and I just feel like the metal would hold up better. You can buy, Lowe's, Home Depot carries all this stuff, Tractor Supply. Another thing with the surface cleaner is buy the best that you can afford at the time. If you buy a bigger machine to begin with, I would go with a bigger or more expensive surface cleaner to begin with. Again, makes it more efficient, and it'll get you in and out of the jobs quicker and less work. You're going to need at least one gas jug. You don't want to run out of fuel while you're on the job. I would go and have two, keep them full. That way you always know you're covered. 5-gallon bucket, they're $3 or $4 a piece. Go and get you a few of them, keep them. You never know when you might need them. If you do something like downstreaming or getting into using other chemicals that you might have to mix something, never hurts to have a 5-gallon bucket to do it. Number one thing you'll be using for cleaning anything organic will be what they call sodium hypochlorite, which is basically bleach, pool shock, pool chlorine. You just want to pay attention to your percentage. This is 10% SH. There are some that go to 12.5%. Do your research on that as to how you need to mix that if you're doing downstreaming or applying with a backpack sprayer. Different things like vinyl siding is 0.5 to 1.5%, so you probably need to, or you would definitely need to dilute this down before you go spraying it on something. You don't want too hot of a mix and cause damage. If your pressure washer has a soap tank on it, do not use your bleach sodium hypochlorite in the soap tank. The soap tank actually draws through the pump. SH is very corrosive, will damage the pump in no time. That is why on a lot of machines you'll see a warning about using chlorine or SH or anything in a soap tank. It will ruin a pump in a heartbeat. Do not run SH through your soap tank. There are lots of other chemicals used for degreasing, surfactants, things like that. I would definitely recommend looking into like a starter kit. I know Pressure Tech website has one that they give you a couple different soaps and everything, like half-gallon or gallon sizes for around $100. Get something like that, try out a few different things, see what works for you, see what you like. If you want to apply SH with your washer, you need what they call a Downstream Injector Kit. I've put quick connects on this. This connects to the pump on the pressure washer, and then your high pressure hose connects to the other side. The tube here connects to this fitting here on the injector, and when you use a soap tip or J-rod, anything like that, it causes it to suck, and you would drop this down into your SH bucket, and that would draw it through, and it's after the pump. It keeps the SH from going through the pump of your pressure washer and helps save your pump. So overall, this is what I would call a good starting point for a side hustle, especially if you wanted to go full-time to begin with, all in. I would definitely recommend going with a bigger, more commercial pressure washer, a bigger, more commercial surface cleaner. Going to get you a nice hose reel or two. Get you one for your water hose, get you one for your high pressure hose. That way you can keep everything on the truck, pull it off when you get there, do your work, roll it back up. If you can afford to go bigger starting off, especially if you want to do full time, get you the biggest machine that you can afford. Just remember, anything over 4 gallons per minute, you will need a buffer tank on your rig to help cover what the house will not provide. Take a simple setup like this, practice at your own home, maybe a family member's home, something like that. Get on YouTube, watch some videos. Powerful Improvements is a really good channel. Scott cleans it. He does a lot of soft washing setup. He does a lot with videos, really good videos. Forever Self-Employed, I believe his name is Justin. He has a great channel with starting out on things like this and showing job recaps and stuff. It's easy to get online and learn this stuff and do the studying so that you can practice, so that when you show up for your first job or even your 10th job, you look like you know what you're doing, and you do know what you're doing, and you're not showing up and damaging somebody's property. Please take a minute, like this video, subscribe to the channel, help me build this thing up. I'm going to have probably a soft washing video coming out in the next few days. I'm going to try a super simple setup there, and thanks for watching.